Hi, have you ever been confused about when we use I have done and when we use I have been doing? My aim is to explain this to you within about 5 minutes, so listen carefully. We use this structure when we are talking about something that we started in the past and we have finished it up until now. So I am talking to you now and I say, I have finished my homework. I have cleaned the car. I have made the dinner. I have read my book. I have handed in my work. These are all things that we started at some point in the past, and up until now we have finished them. These words are just, ever, since, yet, for, already, and never. I have just seen my friend. Have you ever been to France? He has known her since he was 4. Has she finished yet? I have liked this band for years. We have already eaten. They have never watched that film. So, if you have a Jessie fan word, you have to use the present perfect. Now, I am going to put a little star next to the words for and since, and I'll come back to that a little bit later. We can also use the present perfect with adverbs of frequency. Adverb of frequency is a word that expresses how often we do something, like often, or sometimes, or always, or occasionally, or usually, or regularly. So we can say, I have always eaten my dinner at 6 o'clock. We have often had problems with our homework. So if you have one of these words and you are talking about the past, then you have to use the present perfect. If I say, I have lived in this house for 10 years, that's fine. But I am still living in this house. I continue to live in this house. If you continue to do something, then you use a continuous tense. There are at least 5 continuous tenses in the English language, and all of them end with the letters ing. Ing. It's the ing thing. If I say, I have lived in this house for 10 years, that is fine. However, it is better to say, I have been living in this house for 10 years. I have been living in this house since we moved to the country. So, with the words for and since, we use the present perfect continuous. This basically means we started in the past and we are still doing it now. We form the present perfect continuous using have been or has been plus the verb and ing. I have been living here for 10 years. You have been doing your homework since this morning. He has been working at that company for 2 months. She has been playing with this team since last year, etc. However, English would not be English if it was not a little bit tricky. There are some verbs that we cannot use in continuous tenses. That means we cannot put ing onto some verbs. I cannot say, I am liking this band. I have to say, I like this band. So if I cannot say, I am liking this band, I cannot say, I have been liking this band either. With some verbs, we cannot add ing when we are talking about what we continue to do. All of these non-progressive verbs have certain things in common. They are to do with our brain, how we think, our emotions, how we feel, or how we behave. And we cannot change them. I cannot say, I am hating maths. Either I hate maths or I do not hate maths. I cannot say, I am understanding this subject. Either I understand it or I do not understand it. Of course, we can add ing to every single verb if we are making a gerund. Gerund is when we add ing to a verb to make a thing. Like, working with friends is much more fun than working on my own. Working with friends is a thing. Playing tennis is a thing. Eating ice cream is a thing. Finally, when you want to tell somebody that you have been busy with something, you might not have finished it, but you have been busy with something, then we use the present perfect continuous. So I can say, I have been baking this afternoon. That is not the same as I have baked some biscuits, because then I can show you the biscuits. The biscuits are finished. I have been reading a book. It's not the same as I have read a book, because then I have finished the book. I have been watching a series is not the same as I have watched a series. I hope you found this lesson useful. If there's anything about English that I can help you with, let me know. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.